I'm predicting game week 9 of the Premier League, all the matches. And at the start of game week 9, I guess, Arsenal are top of the league. And before I start, could you like, comment, share, subscribe? Thank you for doing so. We start off with the first match, which is Leeds United versus West Ham United at Leeds. They're at home. And I feel like it's going to be a bit of a surprise, but I do think Leeds are going to win this one with home ground advantage. And West Ham, they lost their first game with Nuno in charge. And not that it's really his fault, but I just feel like they have the ability to win this. Definitely, they have the manpower, the personnel to win this. But in the end, I don't think they win this, and I think Leeds will go out with a win. And I feel like it will be a 1-0 win to Leeds United, and they will get another 3 points. Next, we got Chelsea versus Sunderland. I think this is kind of a tough match. At the same time, I think it's quite an easy match for Chelsea. Chelsea have now won, 4 in a row or something, and we're just in really great form, really great squad right now. We just have great atmosphere at Chelsea. And Sunderland, yes, they've done really phenomenal this season. Ready to go, they're already in double digits, I think. And that's really great. I think they'll avoid relegation. They've had a great start. But I do think Chelsea will win this one. They've just a great team on great form. They've beaten the champions Liverpool, which, I mean, to be honest, recently isn't too hard to do. But still, they've just played really well. And I think this will be another win. And I feel it actually be a clean sheet for Chelsea. Robert Sanchez, he will get a clean sheet. That's my opinion. And I feel like Chelsea will win. And we'll get closer to third and second place. And eventually go to first place. Next, we got Newcastle and Fulham. I think this is a tough match for Fulham, and with Voldemort in form, I definitely see this as a Newcastle win, and I feel like they will win 3-0 with Newcastle keeping a clean sheet. And you got Voldemort scoring, and Bruno Guimaraes and Anthony Gordon. They just beat Benfica, I think, with 3-0 as well. With Harvey Barnes scored and Anthony Gordon scored, and I think this will be another win for Newcastle United. They can slowly build up from what happened at the start of the season with Isaac. He's making a fuss and they started badly, and now they're doing well. They will be doing pretty good. Then we got Manchester United versus Brighton and Hove Albion. I think this is a match which Manchester United are actually going to lose. Yes, they've just beaten Liverpool and they beat Sunderland, but I think Brighton are just great giant killers. They're great against the big teams, and you could call this a Baleba test because Man United tried to sign Baleba and they're pretty much going to get him after this season. And I feel like this is a match where Brighton, against the top teams, they're really great, and I feel like they're going to show this once again. They've already beaten Manchester City, and I feel like they can deal with the other Manchester side no problem. And I feel like it'll be a tough match, and I feel like they will win 2-1. You got Mitoma scoring and Minter scoring. You could Minter. And Manchester United, probably Brian Mbeumo. He seems to just score for Man United, and I feel like it'll be 2-1. It is at Old Trafford though, and they have a great chance of at least drawing, but I do think it will in the end be a Brighton win. Then you got Liverpool and Brentford. Liverpool are away from home, and recently they've kind of struggled, but I do think in the end Liverpool are going to win this one. The manpower, the star power is just way too good, and I feel like they'll easily dominate, crush, demolish Brentford. And I feel like it will be 4-1 like how they did to Frankfurt. And I feel like Salah will probably be dropped for this game. And I feel like Ekitike is definitely going to start and he will score. And Isaac, he's going to get his first league goal here as well. And not Havertz, Florian Wirtz, he will get his assist. And I also feel like one of the centre backs is going to pop up with the goal, and it'll end 4-1. They will concede a goal. Let's say Sepp van den Berg, he'll go and score a consolation, and that'll end 4-1. The next day we got Arsenal Crystal Palace. This is the match to watch, in my opinion. Two top teams, and Crystal Palace, they've already beaten Liverpool. They drew to Chelsea. They know how to deal with the top 6 side, and I feel like it'll be a really tough match. And I do think it'll be really, really, really close. But I do think it'll be a 2-2 draw. And these sides are both very, very phenomenal. And Arsenal conceding 2 goals is a tough ask because they just have a great defense. But I do think it will be 2-2. You got Mateta scoring and Jeremy Pino scoring. And for Arsenal, let's go ahead and chuck Gyökeres 2 goals. I captained him on my fantasy team, and probably why. But anyways, I feel like it'll be 2-2, and it'll be a great match and a great point for Palace. Maybe not for Arsenal, but you could debate if it could be a good point for Palace. Anyways, Aston Villa versus Manchester City. This is the Aston Villa's place. I think it would be a hard match, but I do think it's going to be a surprise, a shock 1-0 win for Aston Villa. Yes, Man City, they're looking to be on the rise, and I feel like they will win the league this season, but I do think Aston Villa are going to win. And they've just got into decent form, okay form, good form, but I do think it will be a shock surprise. Aston Villa will win. Actually, no 1-0. It'll be 2-1 because you got Haaland scoring for Man City. He's not going to, not score a goal. And you got Aston Villa scoring 2 goals. And Emery has dealt with Pep Guardiola before, and I feel like it will be another win for Aston Villa. Next match is Bournemouth Nottingham Forest. This is a match where I do expect Bournemouth to win. They've just been in great form, and yes, Nottingham Forest have had the manager bounce with Sean Dyche, and he's won his first Europa League game, but I do think this will be a match where they will lose. Bournemouth, their manager is just way too good. They're 4th in the league right now. People haven't clocked it yet, and I feel like this is, Bournemouth are literally last season Nottingham Forest, if that makes sense. They're doing really great right now, and they're just a great team. I love Semenyo, as you know in all my videos, and I feel like he'll obviously get an assist. And you got Krupi Jr., he scored 2 goals the last game. He'll go and play, and I feel like it will end 2-0. No, it's 2-1. Good Gibbs White score for Forest, and yeah, I feel like it'll be a great match. Then Wolves versus Burnley. This is a real 6-pointer, if you can call that. It's a relegation match, relegation threatened teams, and I do think this is going to be a Burnley win. Wolves have just been so poor. I don't know why no one's talking about it. They've got 2 points. Let me know if you want me to make a video about it. They got 2 points Burnley. It was Wolves, and I feel like it's going to be another Wolves loss and potentially could get the manager sacked. And I feel like Burnley will win this one. And I think they'll win this one. Let's say 3-2. Stan Larson scoring for Wolves, and Burnley, I don't know, Jaden Anthony and Kyle Walker scoring as well. Okay, Everton and Tottenham Hotspur. This will be a fantastic match because Thomas Frank's Spurs are just really great in that right now, and I just really love David Moyes' Everton, and I feel like this is a match that is quite an underrated match. And both these teams have performed way better than they did last season, and morale is good, I guess, in both camps, and I feel it'll be a great match. It is at Everton Stadium, not Goodison Park, their new stadium, and I feel like this will be an Everton win. And you got Jack Grealish scoring, and Beto, I think, yeah, Beto will score as well for Everton. And for Spurs, you got Xavi Simons scoring his first goal, and I feel like that's how it'll end. So what do you guys think? Could you like, comment, share, subscribe, and thank you for doing so. What do you think of my predictions? Thank you for watching it.